The Michigan Supreme Court today heard oral arguments at Cass Tech High School in Detroit. It was the first time in the court's history that it's held a session in Detroit public schools. The People versus Eliza Kyle Thomas. The case, it involved whether police are permitted to show a crime victim a single photo of a suspect, such as taken by a smartphone, or does such a procedure create a substantial likelihood of misidentification? Detroit City Council President Brenda Jones invited the court to Cass Tech, where students from schools across the city gathered to hear the legal arguments in a Wayne County case involving the use of cell phone photos or other secondary methods as a way for witnesses to identify criminal suspects.
So the kids, they could relate to a cell phone. You know, it was a case that they could actually relate to. And they were so happy that they were able to relate to the case and actually be able to have an opportunity to see what actually takes place and what the justices actually do, because they heard the complete oral arguments with both the prosecuting attorney and the defense attorney.
More than 700 students participated in this historic event. Prior to the event, local attorney mentors visited the schools to teach students about the appellate process and to brief them on the case.
Court Community Connections program is a fantastic program. We do it twice a year. We take the court somewhere out in the state. We normally sit in Lansing. We have a nice courtroom in Lansing, and we sit there every month. Anybody who wants to come see us can come see us. But twice a year, we take the court somewhere out in the state where people who might not otherwise be able to come to Lansing and see what we do can see what we do. And we think it's important because we want to make sure that the court is transparent, that that people can see how we conduct business and see how we decide cases, and also give students, we always take it to a school, the opportunity to get a sense of what being a lawyer might be, what being a judge might be, what the different professions are in the law. And we hope both people learn more about what we do, and we inspire some students who might have some interest in the law.
Many students in the audience indicated they plan careers in the legal field after watching the proceedings played out before them in a school auditorium.
As a young minority in Detroit where it's so dangerous for us, I think it's crucial that we become agents of change in our community, and this is like a window to that, being an agent of change, and that's why it's like our future. It's a window to the future that we can see. And for us to have that opportunity is so crucial, because I know it's not always seen as something that we're able to do. And once we have this opportunity that we can be in their position, it opens up a lot of opportunities down on the long run.
Honestly, it was so insightful and so inspiring to see these people get up in front of us and teach us a lesson about something that has never been done before. Honestly, the case itself was just so inspirational, was so informal, and honestly, to see the judges go out the way they did and the justices come in and give the opinions and the insight, it was amazing. It was honestly I'm so ready to get into my career and just be a lawyer. Honestly, it was crazy experience.
My decision would be that taking a small photo on a cell phone should not determine a person should they go to jail or not, because a cell phone, especially since the person who witnessed the crime did not see a doctor, and it was like so soon, the person was in shock. It couldn't give the person time to realize what was going on. It was like a yes decision. I think I might have certain person. And people, you can see people, even if we looked alike, it was dark outside. You don't know who it could have been, especially since a cell phone. And the police officer honestly could have just pulled up a picture out of his gallery. She doesn't know. She just said yes. So my decision would be that you should actually have a lineup or voice lineup, like Bernstein was saying. If it was a blind person, a voice lineup, it should be more things than a photo picture. It doesn't determine a lot.
It means a lot because the students actually can see jurists, can see lawyers in action, and it's more of an enhanced type of career day. You have Supreme Court justices up there, women, for young girls who can say, I can do that. They didn't know that before, some of them. And to see a row of judges come in and say, I can do that too. It's just nice to have access to people that you normally wouldn't have access to in a courtroom and be able to ask them questions. How can I do this? How can I get there?
They had an opportunity to talk to every justice because no one left. They had an opportunity to talk to every justice that was there.
When I first became a judge, I remember having a conversation with some other judges about what are the qualities that go into being a great jurist. And people said, oh, if you want to be a great jurist, it's all about your academics. It's all about your intellectual pursuits. It's all about your ability to research and write. And I remember as this conversation was progressing, I remember saying, don't you think you've missed out on the most important criteria? And when they asked, what that was, I responded by saying it's life experience. It's our life experiences that define us. It's our life experiences that allow for us to understand and appreciate the challenges and the hardships and the struggles and difficulties that our friends, neighbors, and colleagues have to face and contend with each and every day.
I think anytime the courts can come into the communities, especially into the high schools, and give the students the opportunity to see firsthand what the lawyers do, what the judges do, gives the students a sense that I can do that too. And that's what this whole program is about, to make the courts and the possibility of being lawyers and judges more accessible to our high school students. The reality is, for me, I learned about the law at a program called Boys State, which is an American Legion program in government and citizenship. But for that program, I don't know what I would be doing, but I discovered then my passion in law and my dream someday to become a judge. So I really believe in the power of giving students experiential learning.
We're going to involve anybody in the city of Detroit, not just the public schools. We're going to involve Catholic schools. We're going to involve charter schools, anybody that wants to participate. It was the first time that it happened. And so it was just an experience with me and my staff trying to work with the court administrators, as well as the Michigan State Supreme Court, as well as the high schools to make this happen, to see how everything would turn out. And we wanted to get other people involved, but it just happened so fast. It just seems like, how they always say when you're having fun, time goes by so fast. Well, we were having fun planning it. And we just did not get an opportunity to involve all of the people that we would have liked to have involved. But we will make sure it happens the next time.